Welcome to Life Happens, where Texans come to protect their legacy and prepare for the second half of life. Join your host, Attorney Kim Hegwood of Your Legacy Legal Care, and our weekly guest as we navigate the challenges that emerge as life happens. Now here's your host, Kim Hegwood.
Good morning and welcome to Life Happens with me, Kim Hegwood, and I'm a very special guest today is Mikey Newton with Maxim at Home. Good morning.
Good morning, Kim. Happy to be here today.
And I'm excited because we're going to talk about companion services for seniors today. And I think sometimes that's a lot more palatable to a senior than saying you need a caregiver. And you know, probably as well as I do, being in the business, you know, that clients often complain about, you know, I don't want a caregiver. I don't need one. You're wasting your money. I'm going to fire them. You know, I've heard all kinds of things when it comes to, you know, the clients, especially the kids come in going, I don't know what to do. They keep firing the help, you know, we can't even stuff. And but your company is different. And so your company provides with companions. So tell our listeners, what is a companion? And so that way they have a better idea of maybe what they should be asking for.
Yep. I love the question. So sometimes caregiver and companion are used interchangeably, and they really are very different things. A caregiver is some hands-on care. That's for a senior who has progressed their aging journey to the point where they may need some hands-on care with dressing, toileting, whereas companion services, we are oftentimes the first step that a family may take or a senior may take when they're understanding, okay, I want to age independently and I need a little bit of help to do it. And so companion services are just that. We can help with things in the home like household management, pet care. I'll talk more about that a little bit later, but the companionship piece is really the most important part of it. So a companion care is it's the first step in the aging journey to helping somebody live successfully age in place in their home of many years.
So tell our listeners, if you would be, so that way they're very clear. Can you be real specific about some of the services that companions typically provide?
Absolutely. So a companion can do stuff that will help with household management and really ease the burden of, living in your large home, and you've got to do things like unload the dishwasher and loads of clothes and just help keep the house organized. They can also do meal prep to ensure that our clients are getting good nutrition and not just relying on frozen meals that are just easy but not very good for them. They can help with pet care. Pets are such a comfort to everybody, but particularly to older people who may have lost a partner. They can help make sure that the pet's getting some activity. Transportation. Our companions can accompany our clients to doctor's appointments, to errands, to events. But again, the companionship piece is super important because loneliness really affects quality of life. And I'll talk a little bit more about our platform in a couple of minutes, but our platform enables our clients to choose the companion that they want, and that can make that transition more successful.
Oh, interesting. So I do have a lot of clients that will go to gograndparents.com in order to catch a ride. And now you can reserve Uber and everything else. I know from personal experience why it would be beneficial to have someone, in your organization go to the doctor. But tell me what you see in your group of, what are the most common reasons that they want someone to go to the doctor or just to take them to the doctor?
Well, so Uber and Lyft are great services, but that's, the transaction is getting that person from point A to point B. And, especially in the Houston area, there's some medical centers that can be pretty daunting. And our companions can not only get them from point A to point B, but point C, make sure that they actually get where they're going, and then can accompany them, make sure they get back to the vehicle after the appointment is over. Also, when you use Uber, you or me, when we use Uber and you think, oh, I want to do something, pick up a friend, I've got to add a stop, that can be a technology challenge. And so having one of our companions as a driver, it's very easy for our clients to say, can we stop and pick up my prescription, or can we stop at the cleaners? So it just really takes the stress out of that to make sure that the senior is getting to where they're going. And also it's one person, whereas Uber, that is probably going to be two different people that are getting them there and then getting them back. So we just make that seamless and a lot less stressful.
So if I pick a companion, okay, it's always going to be the same person, right?
Not always, but it can be. The way that our platform works, our clients can go in and look and view profiles of our companions. And they could do a zip code sort, and kind of like shopping, you can go in and favorite your people that you like and request those people. And so it certainly can be, but if that person is not available, then ideally there's a list of favorites to choose from. So it's either going to be, one or the other, somebody that that you're familiar with.
Cool. So when families are thinking, mom and dad, or, grandma and grandpa, somebody's home by themselves, what are some of the signs that should tell a family, hey, we may want to consider having, a companion, because they can pretty much take care of themselves, but they're not quite doing as well as we'd like for them to be doing?
You're right. Great question. So withdrawal, you've got a senior that has stopped meeting friends for coffee, just really doesn't seem to be enjoying life. Maybe the household is not as organized as it could be. But withdrawal is the biggest one. Somebody that just stops enjoying things that they normally did. Our companions can engage with them. The social interaction piece is really so important. I mean, they're certainly there to lend a helping hand, but that's what life is social interaction. And that's where our companions really provide an invaluable service.
So I just think meal prep, somebody else to pet the dogs that require 24-hour petting. And so, I'm thinking, what else could I ask for? So I always pick at some of my seniors. I'm like, how old do I have to be to do these sort of things with you? So, so most home caregivers, have a, 3 to 4 hour minimum. Tell me what is your process? Kind of walk me through the entire thing. I'm a new client. Okay, so do I call? Am I on the website? Kind of walk me through the scenario of what happens, so that our listeners know what to expect when they call.
Okay. I first want to address our minimum. It is only 1 hour, and that makes us an ideal resource for a client that has a list of things that he or she wants to get done in that hour. Because some companies do have a 4 hour minimum or even higher than that. And if you don't need that, then we are a good way to just kind of laser focus on the hour. But the way that our process works, it's our website features profiles of our companions, and they are our fully vetted and background checked employees. So they're not contract workers. Our advisor team does a really great job of screening to ensure that the people that we're choosing to be our companions have a servant's heart, want to work with seniors, and want to be companions. And the pool of people that we have really ranges from young people that are getting some certification in the healthcare to retired people that just want to spend some time with seniors and make a little bit of money while they're doing it. But the way that it works, it's super easy. It requires setting up an account, which takes all of a minute. And after you do that, then you post a job, which will enable you to search the companions and pick out one that you like. And then you, on the website, you offer a job to a companion and the companions apply to the job. So it really can be done completely hands off. A family that doesn't, even live in Houston could figure this out, a solution for their mom or dad in the middle of the night without any involvement from us. But if there needs to be involvement from us, our advisor team is available to help make sure that people understand how to set up the account and answer any questions.
Cool. And so, it sounds like a job I would like.
Oh yeah, it's actually fun. It's people helping people, and I love the advisor team, and they'll often tell me, "Oh, we just we get reports daily on who has entered our companion pool," and they strive to be resources for them, even when there are things that we're not the right partner for. We have a list of vetted resources that we like to help and offer suggestions.
Yeah, I tell most people I enjoy my seniors. I miss my grandparents something fierce, so hanging out with somebody else's grandparents is just the best thing ever. And so yeah, I could see myself being a companion and enjoying that a lot as well. So, and definitely. So, talk to us a little bit about your area. Where do you cover? So if somebody's looking for you, because Houston's a big place, Texas is even bigger, so where can someone know that if they call, you can help them?
So we do serve the greater Houston area, and we go as far as Galveston, as far as the Woodlands. We go out to Richmond. A good way to see if you're in our service area is just to put in that zip code, and that will easily tell somebody whether we're an option for them or not. We are also in the Dallas and Fort Worth area, and we are growing. Next year, we expect to launch in Austin and San Antonio. So it's being introduced in the Texas market, and we're excited about how quickly we're growing. And next year, we'll find us in those other markets too.
Oh, that's great. And so 'cause that's good, because I have clients all over Texas. So it's very nice to have. So you'll have to let me know when the other, areas kick in, because we've got clients all over Texas. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
always helpful to have the ability to refer, companion care, because a lot of people would probably be okay with that if somebody just came up and hang out with me. Just come, drink coffee with me, play cards, play dominoes, whatever, watch
Watch
TV,
TV, right.
chit chat, go for a walk, just the things that keep you busy and, and active. And not alone. And so,
Right.
and,
And it's, you said something earlier. It's a hard thing for someone that's been independent their whole lives to admit that, okay, I'm going to need some help in order to live independently. And so the fact that we offer a way for them to choose the person that they're going to spend time with can ease that transition and make that more successful.
perfect. And so definitely. And, so Mikey, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
They can call us at 844-624-5646, or our website is maximathome.com. It's very easy to use. It's very clean, simple website. So that's how they can get in touch.
Okay, because some of us are a little technology challenged, and so we want to make sure that it's not real difficult and to navigate. And so I was picking on my mom not to. Well, I was texting my sisters, and I said, "Look, this is so easy. Even mom can do it." And all of a sudden, both of them are like, "Oh, we're telling mom," So so yeah, they're fun. And so definitely. Well, I appreciate you being on the show and giving us this good information, because sometimes it's just nice to have somebody to hang out with. And so
Absolutely. Thank you, Kim, so much. We would love to be a resource for any of your clients that we're a good fit for.
Absolutely. We'll put you on the resource list.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good Friday.
You too.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Life Happens with Kim Hegwood. Be sure to tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. wherever you listen to your podcast as we navigate through the challenges that emerge as life happens. The content of this podcast does not establish an attorney-client relationship or constitute attorney-client privilege, legal, medical, financial, or any other professional advice.